Now, ask yourself this burning question. Do you truly find the former royal known as the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, inspiring? No, do you? Well, according to a source, Prince Harry apparently believes that most people do, and in particular when she takes to the microphone. Now, if you remember, last year when they were over in Nigeria and Colombia, if you remember also at some event where she was sat opposite Katie Couric, they kind of like, well, how can you put this nicely, trolled her by basically getting her to repeat once again the famous soap story. And as I told you at the time, Meghan really lacks a sense of humour. She had no idea that all of those women on there knew that story backwards. But of course, Meghan, being completely delusional, some people might say, said, oh, okay, in case you didn't know this. And if you remember, of course, Prince Harry sat in the audience and he had to had to pretend, didn't he, that he was kind of interested, and he clapped along as if he'd never heard it before. Of course, this is a story that Meghan trots out time and time again, which doesn't necessarily have the, shall we say, roots of truth in it, because as we know, her father, Thomas Markle, the bottom line really with him was that he did a lot to get that going. You get the picture. Now, moving forward, according to Prince Harry and the people that are now putting together this event, well, Meghan is awe-inspiring and simply the best once you give her a microphone. So, if you're over in Canada, Vancouver, look out for this. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. Thank you so much. Truly, I did find that quite funny with all those ladies on there, because I know for 100% fact that they'd all known that story. Everybody knows that story. But of course, Meghan just sat there, if you remember, sort of looked down, faking bashfulness and said, oh, what, in case you didn't, yes, I'm more than happy to, I'll do it then, that sort of stuff. Everybody knows the soap story. Everybody knows the origins of it, and everybody knows it's not true. But over in Vancouver, where we can now look forward to this year for the Invictus Games, as I've said many times before, I'm a huge supporter of that because of the wonderful ladies and gents that are part of it. You are awe-inspiring, and truly, thank you for continuing to be so. I think you're wonderful, genuinely. I'm a big fan of that, the sort of thing where things are against you, but you can turn it around and, enjoy the very best of life that you can. That's what they really should be applauded for. Many people, of course, suspect that this particular event has been hijacked by Meghan Markle. And this is because, of course, if you remember, her walking with shorts on in front of the veterans and just basically turning up late, disrespectfully saying, oh, I'd got school runs and burgers and milkshakes to do. This is a job. You're either in it or you're not. But according to a source, Prince Harry believes that she's the best beacon to get most people interested in the games. And apparently, as we speak now, Meghan is concocting some kind of speech that she apparently wants to release out just ahead of the games in February of this year. And according to Harry, he believes that she will be inspiring lots more people to attend, lots more people to get involved, and she's a pivotal part of the Invictus Games. Now, if you remember, the Prince of Wales donated a hefty amount of that payout from the media group. And it was actually King Charles, or Prince Charles at the time, alongside William and Harry and Catherine, that were instrumental in knocking this into shape. It wasn't just one person's idea, Prince Harry. But now, of course, this is going to be very indelicate because, as we know, very shortly they could be coming to Birmingham, the Invictus Games. And where does that leave the royal family? Even though they pushed and did a lot to help it get to the success where it is or was previously, now it's apparently a Meghan Markle vehicle. And as I said at the start of this video, if you're looking for inspiration, apparently Meghan's concocting one of her infamous speeches that apparently she plans to release just ahead of their initial visit over to Vancouver, Canada. Now, does Meghan inspire you? Neil Sean, Kensington, London.